All right, hey guys, Andy here. I'm at the Vic Firth booth. We got a bunch of new stuff this year, but I especially wanted to focus on a couple new sticks we got going on. This is called the Modern Jazz Collection. It's really not just for jazz, but it's named that because it was created with some really great jazz musicians. It grows out of a project that we've kind of had going on for a long time, where we'll do artist collaborations with folks. Someone who calls in, they might be playing the 5A and they really like it, but they got a different gig and they need kind of a different tip shape or a longer taper or something. We'll make that for an artist or some kind of collaboration. We don't necessarily have the intention of selling it, just kind of a custom thing, off the books, sort of secret menu. Well, over time we decided to put some of these things out. So this is a collaboration with Greg Hutchinson, Joe McCarthy, Lewis Nash, and Jeff Ballard. And together they've kind of created these sticks with us. So if I can take you through them just one at a time. This is the MJC1. So if you're familiar with the Vic Firth 55A, it's right in that diameter. It's got a little bit of a longer taper on it, like most jazz sticks will. It's just for a little more rebound, but not just for jazz. I mean, this is great for pretty much everything. That if you play 55A, you want a little more rebound. It's got a nice big tip on it for bold cymbal sounds. MJC2 really couldn't be more different from that. So again, these sticks are totally different from one another. We're calling them a collection, not a series, because they're all so unique. This is a little bit thinner than a 5A. It's got a really long taper on it, as you can see. So you get really great response out of drums or cymbals. Really plays itself. Just kind of comes right back off the drums and cymbals. And it's got a lot of surface area on this kind of elongated arrow-shaped tip. So when you hit pretty much any type of cymbal with this, you're going to get a lot of overtones, really wide palette of sounds, very cool. Moving on to the MJC3, if you're familiar with the Vic Firth 8D, this is right in that wheelhouse, the .540 inch diameter. It's a good size, smaller than a 5A. Another medium to medium long taper on this for a better response, quicker around the drums, nice bounce off the cymbal, and a similar tip to the MJC1. So that kind of similar cymbal sound, but some people have described this as kind of a lighter version of the MJC1. I think that's pretty accurate. The 4, this is the only one in the series that's maple. So maple, obviously different sound and decreased weight. So if you want a bigger stick size, but you don't want all the weight, this is actually the one I play. So this is a 5B diameter, but it's very light, it's very fast. It also has a really long taper on it, similar to the MJC2. So it's gonna come right back off the drums, right back off the cymbals, really quick around the kit. And the tip is very similar to the SD1. It's really bright, really defined cymbal sound. Again, really just plays itself. So love that one. And last but not least, this is the only nylon one in the series. This is the MJC5. Again, long taper, great response off the drums and the cymbals. The nylon tip, obviously durability, a little bit of brightness, but not just a crazy amount of brightness. If you play a dark cymbal and you just want to kind of add a little layer of brightness on top of that, this thing is beautiful. I mean, it sounds great. So that's the Modern Jazz. I'm not a jazz musician. I myself play rock music, so I always make a point to say these aren't just for jazz. I love the 4 personally because I play the AH5B, so this is basically like a maple 5B with a long taper and a tip for a more defined cymbal sound. So I love it. I would encourage anybody, no matter what kind of music you play, try them all, see what works for you. Thanks very much.